here in the fourth with a trip to the Final Four on the line.
Nice. AT&T just sent me a heads up on the best plan for me. I'm all about good advice.
Mello, you give horrible advice.
Draft night 2003. Here we go.
Are you sure about this, Mello?
Where does the suit end and perk begin?
Trust me, these suits are timeless classics.
Boxy boys.
What?
AT&T provides proactive recommendations so you get what's right for you.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. And you pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform, now with expert help when you need it. That's how you business differently.
Oh, shoulda bought Dixie. These weak store brand plates are risky business.
Next time, get Dixie Ultra Plates. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
What does it take to achieve greatness? To rewrite history and go places no athlete has ever gone before? It takes passion, heart, and a community that's there for you every step of the way. State Farm is proud to cover greatness.
Ready to switch? Break up with wipes. Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. Micelles cleanse like a magnet without harsh rubbing. Tested to remove waterproof mascara better than the leading wipes. 9 out of 10 wipe users would recommend Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water by Garnier Naturally.
The Final Four is here.
How are you? I'm Scott Van Pelt. We're getting set for SportsCenter following this game. Caitlin Clark, a monster night against LSU. Iowa on to the Final Four. She joins the show. The LSU perspective post-game as well. And we'll get post-game reaction after UConn USC 7-21, a tie game and a spot in the Final Four at the end of it. Beth, Debbie, what else could you ask for? Not much, I guess, right?
Oh, hopefully we're laying out a lot, Scott, in these final 7+ minutes. Yeah, Scott, this is something in here. It's quite an experience. The fans are back in it. Brady steps away, short. Chance for SC to grab the lead. Here comes Juju. Coach Auriemma has managed foul trouble so well in this game. Now they're going back to their man-to-man. And that's a block on Juju. Seven for 18 tonight from the floor. Trades who he wants. This is really going to be something to watch. We asked him about it yesterday. How much film do you want to get the players in the right spot? He said a lot. Mule drops it off for Brady. He gives them concepts, and then anytime you sit into one of his shoot-arounds, he gives them different reads that they can use. He doesn't wear a whistle. You can barely hear his voice. And lets them read and react. Padilla way short. UConn ball with a 2-point lead. So Paige Beckers that time face guarding Juju Watkins on the weak side of the floor. And there are times I'll say that Juju steps away, moves away from the action, tries to, I think sometimes rest, but also give her teammates a chance to operate with some more space. She's got 21, Beckers has 19. Winner gets Iowa at the Final Four. Nice fake, Edwards, window. Marshall doesn't even challenge that off the penetration. She's got 2 fouls. That's where she needs to be aggressive. 13 points for her. Watkins wants it back, gets it back, working on Beckers. Mid-range, short. Marshall, and a foul on Ice Brady. That's the aggressive play that I'm looking for out of Rhea Marshall. Watch Aaliyah Edwards right here. Good pump fake, and then Marshall backs off. You got 2 fouls. You got a challenge right there. Either take a charge or really try to step up and block that shot. You had time to step up. Edwards trying to extend her UConn career one more weekend. Huskies with the advantage in the paint, despite the fact that they play quite a bit with 4 guards. Well, they've played a lot with 2 bigs because Ice Brady has played well. Yeah. And it has given Coach Auriemma another option. KK Arnold going to come back in with those 4 fouls on the next dead ball. Body sprawled out, and the possession will go to UConn. You better tighten up on all the detail right now. There cannot be any game slippage. Your execution has to be really sharp. USC will continue to extend their pressure. They're going to fall back into their man. Brady back to Beckers, left alone. Mule up there to get the rebound. And a foul going to be called on Watkins. Her 3rd. That's a loose ball. That's a tough one right there. Nika Mule battling on the glass. And Debbie, they were visibly fatigued at the end of the Sweet 16 game in the 4th quarter, and we talked to Nika the other day, yesterday. How do you combat that? And she just said pure adrenaline. Everything we have to play another day. Beckers on the inbound. I can't tell you the number of times Lindsey Gottlieb went over that very set in shoot-around today. And defending Paige Beckers in that situation, and she still is able to work without the ball to get in space. That is her 7th straight 20-point game now for Beckers. 3rd foul here on Edwards. Watch Beckers right here. She's going to come off this screen and get into space right here and knock down this shot. Watch her rub her defender right off of that screen by Ice Brady, and she gets that short 10-foot jumper. They ran that play against Duke the other night, and they scored a couple of times on it. Watkins now 6 of 6 from the line. .23 for Juju. Under 5 to go. Pressure off the make. Both Arnold and Mule, number 2 and number 10 in blue, are playing with 4 fouls. Off the turnover, Watkins steps through, up and in. Right foot, wrong foot. It doesn't matter, Juju can score in any way. Good D by USC. More pressure to try and speed up UConn, try and wear them down on both ends. Brady, telegraph that one. Juju is coming downhill at you, and you know that you've got to try to stop the ball right here, and this is tough. She just steps around and is so good with her body control. 4 fouls on Mule. She had no chance there. Beckers collects, spins, baseline, tough shot, gets it to go. Now, I thought that was a foul. She was up under her. Watkins for 3, in and out. Under 4, here in the 4th. Remember the other thing that Coach Auriemma said, we cannot play from behind because of our depth. We don't have the ability to extend our D. But they can shorten the game here by running clock. Beckers for 3. Got it! What a shot. Making plays here in the 4th. Paige Beckers with 26. Watkins tries the scoop, no. 2-possession lead for the Huskies, and Gino wants them to back it out, and they'll run a set here.
And watch Coach Oriema put players where he wants them. You got to jump to the ball. You got to keep UConn in front. You got to rebound here. USC does have a foul to give.
Beckers steps away from the defender, no good. Under 3 to play.
Good timeout by Lindsay Gottlieb. Her team needs to execute something here. They need to get the ball where they want it.
Every possession counts now, but Beckers putting on a show so far, the 4th for Connecticut.
Page with contact. That's a bucket, big one right there, and then back-to-back. Contested triple from the top of the floor.
Trying to engineer a win here in the 4th quarter, and for Gino in that huddle, 22 trips to the Final Four, 11 of those, half of them resulting in national championships. He's been down this road before. In the other huddle right now for Southern Cal, it has been 38 long years since they've played in a Final Four. Oh, so close, led by their freshmen. Trying to get back to the glory days of Cheryl Miller and Cynthia Cooper and the McGee twins. And trying to keep the final Pac-12 season alive at the Final Four. South Carolina will be there, so will NC State. They've got a date Friday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN. And the Iowa Hawkeyes and Caitlin Clark await the winner of this one.
Let's see if UConn, with their big lineup, comes out in their man in this possession. Juju Watkins is going to start on the strong side. Paige Beckers has done a nice job on her in the quarter court.
Watkins has it.
Well, they get the shot that they want. Her coming off a stagger on the weak side.
Rebound for Beckers. She's got a double-double. She and Mule and Edwards have played every single second tonight. Count it!
That's how you beat a press. You attack it. UConn does a great job of throwing over the top, and Mule finds Edwards on the backside. Davis late. Edwards with a bucket.
8 assists now for Nika Mule.
Got to be ready to rebound here if you're USC.
75% free throw shooter. Completes the 3-point play. 22 now for Edwards. And it's a 9-point lead.
You just accelerate through your stuff right here. They're clearing it out for Juju.
Juju had it knocked loose. Forbes.
UConn really doing a good job of clogging the paint.
Uses the screen, finds some space. Mule comes out with it. Huskies have now scored 8 unanswered to open this thing up.
You got to stay aggressive right here for USC. Remember, you do have a foul to give, so you may want to throw a trap out or try to get a steal.
Final 2 minutes.
Now you don't want to foul now. You want to stay solid in your D.
Beckers off the bounce. Pulls up in the lane for 2.
And in a late clock, Beth, you let anybody but Paige Beckers catch it.
28 for Beckers. She's at her NCAA tournament average. Mule with a steal. Nika the other way and a foul. Huskies are taking over late.
Mule with those 4 fouls. Does a great job of anticipating. Here's Beckers in a late clock through the contact. Just too talented. Tell you what, Beth, for having a team with limited depth, Coach Auriemma has managed foul trouble. He's managed the depth, and they've stayed aggressive on the defensive end. Beckers has had a couple of steals. Mule on defense.
Outscoring Southern Cal here in the fourth quarter. Around and out, and Edwards comes out with it, and UConn's got it back to burn some more clock.
Yeah, you got it. You don't want to foul Beckers. You got to stay aggressive here. You got one to give.
Beckers drives inside, blocked by Watkins. Juju with the swat. Oh, a reach-in foul on Edwards, as Juju lost a sneaker and may have taken a shot to the face. Fourth on Edwards.
There's a block from behind by Juju Watkins, and you see she steps out of her shoe.
Gino's telling his players rebound and get a timeout. Not a miss here. Forbes will look for three and hit it.
Timeout to advance the ball.
Three-possession game, under a minute to go.
This is a nice job by Forbes to relocate and to use the bounce to separate from Paige Beckers. Mackenzie Forbes knocking down the triple. That's her fifth of the game.
She and Juju have done their part, combining for 49 points.
So, Beth, because you have a foul to give, actually you have no more fouls to give, I'm sorry, there's 5 team fouls by Southern Cal. You want to be aggressive right here. Let the officials know you're trying to get a steal first, then you're going to foul.
Let's take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. Yeah, what a job by Paige Beckers.
Beckers up the line on a couple of dead ball situations, was able to anticipate. I call that a little scouting report defense. And then her ability to off baseline out of bounds plays, knocking down big shots, wanting the ball in the tough moments of the game. Tough and clutch.
As it stands right now, basketball fans will go from watching Caitlin Clark play Angel Reese to watching Caitlin Clark play Paige Beckers. For a spot in the national championship game.
Yeah, and don't forget the other side of the bracket. The #1 overall seed, South Carolina, taking on upstart NC State. All right, NC State, a surprise to be there, but certainly earned their way to this Final Four. Second trip in that school's history.
South Carolina advanced to the Final Four last year undefeated and lost in the semis. So they are back without a blemish to play Friday night against NC State.
They've had a couple of scares in the tournament. It hasn't been smooth,
yeah, they've handled
but they have handled everything. And NC State will pose some incredible quickness and scoring in the backcourt.
The experience really showing for Connecticut here late in the game, with Mule and Beckers and Edwards all with Final Four trips on their resumes.
Well, I'm going to say it again about Coach Auriemma, managing foul trouble and depth issues and staying aggressive on defense. And
Beckers fouls Watkins to stop the clock.
It's not a foul you want to commit.
That's her third. Watkins is 7 of 7 at the line. So you anticipate a couple makes here, and then they can throw the press on again. Right. Gino does have one more timeout.
Call timeout to advance the ball.
Yeah. The National Freshman of the Year from ESPN, and likely more of those accolades to follow.
Coach Auriemma may elect to use the length of the floor, knowing the press is coming, instead of advancing the ball with a timeout. That's what he's going to do.
Save that timeout for if they get in trouble. And a foul committed.
KK Arnold's a 67% free throw shooter. That's not who UConn wants to have the ball in her hands in a late situation. Aren't they supposed to get the ball back to Paige in that situation? Didn't we ask Coach Auriemma about that yesterday?
Well, remember they struggled to do that at the end of the Duke game. So Arnold to the line, 68%. Her first trip.
Coach Auriemma looking at Paige going, hey, no more fouls. Well, Southern Cal does have 2 timeouts remaining. They can advance the ball here.
Missed them both. That's 5 in a row they've missed. Watkins dribbles it off her foot, stays in bounds. UConn really extending the pressure. Forbes will try for 3, leans into it, in and out. Mule rebounds and a foul.
What a tough-minded UConn second half, right? Has a lead, survives a punch. Southern Cal makes a run.
40 minutes tonight for Mule, 40 for Beckers, 40 for Edwards. And that is the 6th consecutive missed free throw. USC hadn't been able to hurt them at the other end. Wow, 7 in a row.
Coach Gottlieb going to use a timeout here to advance the ball.
They'll have 1 left. Oh, Gino was telling us yesterday he was hoping that SC might be in need of a timeout late in the game so he wouldn't have to burn one, and he's going to get his players an opportunity to catch their breath. Here's what's at stake for you. A 23rd trip to the Final Four for the Huskies, for USC trying to get back there for the first time in 38 years.
UConn's 13 for 23 from the free throw line.
You go back to that meeting, the trio of Beckers, Mule, and Edwards with Gino after they lost their 5th player to injury back in early January. How will you choose to respond to the adversity and the heartbreak of losing teammate after teammate? 22-2 since that moment. And those upper-class leaders have been a huge difference here in the second half.
Well, you got to go for a quick 3 here. See if you can extend the game by fouling. Or you throw a direct pass into Marshall and let her score. But I think you want to get Juju on a screen here. There's a switch.
Watkins drops it off for Marshall. Missed the layup. Second chance, up and in. And there is the final timeout for UConn.
The same strategy right here, Beth, right? I mean, UConn's going to inbound the basketball. What they've been doing is having Paige Beckers inbound it, and then they try to get it right back to her. She's their best free throw shooter. It's part of the reason why they have missed all those free throws, is she's not been on the line. As Southern Cal is going on a 7-0 run to cut it to 5.
Arnold, Edwards, and Mule are not the ones that want to foul for UConn. They are all still playing with 4 personals. And of course, Beckers is not the one that USC wants to foul.
Well, UConn doesn't want to foul. I mean, they want to get the ball in bounds and get it back to Paige and let her go to the free throw line. They know that Southern Cal is going to foul.
17.5 to go for the last spot in the Final Four.
you switch everything. You switch to steal. Mule comes to receive and is fouled.
Well, it's a good job by Bigby not to let Paige Beckers catch it back. This will be interesting right here, right? Pressure free throws to go to the Final Four.
They've missed 7 in a row. Mule 0 for 3. This one for a 3-possession game. Timeout SC to advance. It's their last one. The winningest program in the history of the NCAA tournament with 11 national championships. Fighting through so much adversity this year. Surviving their worst start to a season in 37 years. Surviving losing 5 players to injury. And now trying to survive and advance.
It's a remarkable run. It's an incredible coaching job by Coach Auriemma and his staff. It's a connected group. And they work hard at it. You know you got to bring 40 minutes of discipline and execution against any team Gino puts on the floor.
What a job that Gino and his staff have done to get them to this spot.
There's the 3 for
Watkins. They run her off the line. She'll take the 2. Pass picked off. Padilla looking for 3. Rebound, Connecticut. Oh, one official had a foul, I thought. Now the other one has a held ball, and it goes to UConn. UConn with the arrow. 3.9 to go. And a foul with 3.2 to play.
Well, USC is going to look at this and know they had their chances. Put some game pressure on UConn with the lead, but I thought Coach Auriemma's team managed the clock so well late into the game.
That's the 5th foul on Caitlin Davis. And look at the leadership of Paige Beckers.
Stop turning the ball over.
Now
Get me the ball.
The Huskies can sense it now. And Leah Edwards will try and put the finishing touches on it. Things didn't look good in early December. 3 early season losses for the Huskies, who are proving that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And UConn knocks out a #1 seed to head back to the Final Four. A fantastic freshman season comes to a close for Juju Watkins here in the Elite Eight. 29 points, 24 for Mackenzie Forbes, but it's UConn's night. Beckers with 28, 10 rebounds and 6 assists. Edwards with 24. And Nika Mule, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. They didn't step off the court, not one time. They all play the full 40. And what may have been the rockiest road of his career, Gino celebrates another trip back and a shot at a 12th national championship. And on an historic night around the women's basketball world, more to come next weekend in Cleveland with South Carolina, NC State, and UConn, Iowa. National semis on Friday night. It's going to be great. We've got the overall #1 team in South Carolina. We've got Caitlin Clark in Iowa against Paige Beckers in UConn. And then there's this team called NC State who's just going to slide right into the Final Four. Nobody's going to be talking about them. And they got a great opportunity as well. Paige Beckers is with Angel.
Paige, you had to watch from the sidelines last year. To be a part of this right now, advance to yet another Final Four in your career, can you just tell me what's going through your mind right now with this team?
There's so much gratitude. I'm a living testimony. I give all glory to God. He works in mysterious ways. Last year I was praying to be back at this stage.